Hi, and welcome to Buyer Negotiation Bootcamp. My name is Tragula, and I am a realtor here in the Houston, Texas area. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to learn more about the home buying process and to really get you on the path to home ownership, whether it's this year, next year, or just whenever you're ready. So I won't hold you any longer. Let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Tragula. The Trag is pronounced like the trage in tragedy. My name is Tragula Speaks. Speaks is actually my last name. I've been selling real estate since 2021. I've lived in Northeast Houston for over the last 10 years. I'm passionate about helping others build wealth through real estate. One fun fact about me is I'm a former pre-K teacher and Head Start teacher, as well as I own a child care center. Today's objective is for you to feel confident negotiating the best deal on a property without having to give up your firstborn child and your left arm. I've worked with clients like Jordan. Jordan was a first-time home buyer. He was ready to tackle every step along his journey to home ownership. With the guidance of myself and his lender, we worked closely to get him to close on his first home, and it was such a joy to witness this process and be partnered along with Jordan. We submitted several offers during the crazy fluctuating market, and I too can do the same for you. First, let's talk about home buying misconceptions. I shouldn't show my emotions when I'm negotiating. An emotional connection. As humans, we're naturally emotional creatures. Logic makes us think and emotion makes us act. Just as this is overwhelming for you, the seller feels the exact same way. An emotional connection is one of the most powerful ways to negotiate and get what you want. So just as you are being overwhelmed in this process, the seller is overwhelmed in this process as well. The people around me are great advice givers when it comes to real estate. Trust your realtor. The people around us have the best intentions and want to protect us, but aren't necessarily armed with enough information to be great advisors in real estate. Even though people you know may own some properties, if they did not buy in the same market as you, their advice likely isn't relevant. Home buying is scary. Knowledge is power. Just like when kids are afraid of the dark, home buying is only scary when you have no idea what you're doing. After this workshop, you'll be armed with more information than most people and will feel confident and comfortable during the entire purchase process. I have to worry about getting screwed over. The contract is written in your favor. We're going to cover all of the ways that a contract is written to protect you and keep you from getting screwed over during the transaction process. Let's talk about the market. I did a simple search of the phrase, when is the housing market going to crash? And here's what the Google search gave me. The real estate party raged on longer than anyone expected. The National Association of Realtors reported that median home prices in the spring of 2022 topped $400K for the first time ever. Even after the recent retreat, meaning the buyers that are sitting on the sideline, prices are up by more than $100,000 since the coronavirus pandemic began in March 2020. According to NAR data, now bidding wars have largely faded, inventories are loosening, and the feeling of frothiness is gone. The market is clearly turning, says NAR's lead chief economist, Mr. Lawrence Yun. A recession does not equal a housing crisis. Home prices have appreciated during 3 of the last recessions. Back in 2007, 2008, loans were getting approved regardless of if the correct income documents were being calculated for buyers. So today, lenders impose tough standards on borrowers, and those who are getting mortgages overwhelmingly have stellar credit. Where does buyer demand come from? Current demand is built on a significant growing demographic wave, as we have many millennials turning 30, a key age for first-time home buying. The common wisdom in real estate is that people are primarily motivated to buy a home not because of low interest rates or the investment potential, but because of life's changes. Millennials are the largest generation. They are getting married and having kids. As they experience these major milestones, owning a home is becoming a bigger priority. So what we are seeing in the market, a majority of the buyers are millennials. The difference your interest rate makes. You work hard for the money that you spend on housing. If you wanted to keep your mortgage payment at $3,000 a month, and if you were approved at these interest rates, this would be the amount of house that you were able to afford. So at a 12.2 interest rate, which was back in 1985, you could afford a $287,000 home. Back in 2000, when the rates were 0.29%, you could afford a home of $397,000 budget. Today's rate, around the 6% mark, you could afford a home at about $500K in order to keep your mortgage payments around $3,000 a month. Summary of the market. Inventory is starting to increase, but there is no indication of a crash coming. We still have a shortage of inventory because new construction is still behind. The Great Recession was called that for a reason. It's once a century. Prices are still expected to increase, so it's better to secure a home now and just refinance it later. We've talked about the real estate market. We're going to now talk about the actual negotiation process. What we'll be covering: when do you start shopping for a home, how to find the right property, getting your offer accepted, protecting yourself from getting screwed over, taking advantage of the due diligence period. Timing your purchase. The average buyer sees about 5 to 7 homes before they actually find the home that they love. Multiple offers are still a very real reality in this housing market. Negotiations can take a day or they can take a few days depending on how complex the transaction is. Closing, meaning the time that your offer is accepted until the time that you receive your key, normally takes about 30 days. How many of you are renters? So if you are a renter and you are looking for a home, this is the process for if your lease is ending October 15th. If you closed on September 15th, that gives you an actual month to get the property ready and any repairs done before you move in with your lease ending on October 15th. If you were to close on your home on October the 1st and your lease is ending on October the 15th, that gives you less time, about 2 weeks, to properly get your actual home ready and move out of the apartment into the home that you purchased. On November the 1st, your first mortgage payment will be due. Unlike rent, your mortgage is paid after the month. So you will pay your October mortgage on November the 1st. When you close, you will pay interest for the remainder of the month at closing. You'll need to confirm with your lender when your first payment is due. Again, you'll have to confirm with the lender when your first payment is due. That's just a reminder. Because if you ask your realtor or the title company, we're going to refer you back to the lender because they're the one who has that information for your actual loan. We can time it so that you close well before your lease end and not leave you with 2 house payments, meaning a mortgage payment as well as a rent payment. You can generally close even earlier if you pay your last month's rent up front. So that's just something for you to think about if you are leasing an apartment and looking to buy. Step 0. Before you do anything regarding looking for a home, You really need to get pre-approved. These are my suggestions. Don't go with your usual bank or credit union. Go with an actual mortgage broker or lender. Figure out the amount of cash that you need to close and the monthly payment before you start shopping. You do that by choosing a lender in step 3. And when you choose your lender, make sure that they can give you desk underwriting approval. Be aware that the type of loan and your down payment can affect the type of property that you approve for. Good credit is not good enough. So a lot of people are hesitant to start their home buying process because their credit isn't good. Good credit is not the only thing to be concerned about when purchasing a home. If you went to a doctor's office with a headache and they threw you on the surgery table without any questions, would you panic? Think about that. That's the equivalent to shopping before sitting down and having a real conversation with your realtor. It's not just about the 4-bedroom house, the 2.5 bathroom in XYZ city, Humble, Houston, Kingwood, Missouri City, Katy, around the Houston area. It's about buying a lifestyle, a community, a neighborhood, and so much more. Being proactive will help you prepare for the process and help your agent, like myself, better represent you during the transaction and understand exactly what your wants and needs are for you and your family. Have a great team for your home buying process. We suggest that you have a local mortgage lender that actually answers the phone when you call, finds the financing options that are best for you, and they are willing to assist you step by step through the mortgage lending process. Hire a professional, an actual realtor, not a real estate agent, who is ready and willing to assist their clients at every step of the home buying process. Also, part of a team is a client concierge. That's the team member who works closely with you and your realtor starting the moment you become a client and beyond the closing of your dream home with the Speaks teams. We also provide a showing agent. That's the team member who is available to show you homes as soon as possible. And make it easy to submit offers on your dream home quickly. And we also have a transaction coordinator. That's the team member who makes sure that the process from your offer getting accepted to the day that we close and get your keys is as smooth as possible. How do you find great deals when you're looking for a home? You can use portal sites, which is limited on the search functionality. They sell your information, and it also have inaccurate data. We're talking sites like Zillow.com, Realtor.com, to name a few. Or you can get the direct MLS search. What we do is we can customize your search for exactly what you're looking for. Your search is private, only for you and your agent to see. And it's updated as soon as property statuses update. As soon as new homes in the area that reach your requirements are updated to the MLS, it is automatically sent to you. Proceed with caution when attending open houses, talking to for sale by owners, or when you're dealing with new construction sales agents. Open houses. Only about 2% of buyers buy an open house that they see. Agents really use open houses to collect leads and add you to their follow-up campaigns. Whenever you attend an open house, be sure that you sign in with your realtor's information instead of your own. That way, any contact that comes directly from that open house that you attended will go directly to your realtor and not yourself. For sale by owners generally list their homes for sale to get the most money, so they will often overprice their homes. They typically don't know how to negotiate transactions, so the transaction can get messy without an intermediary, being a realtor or a real estate agent. New construction properties are helping to create more inventory for sure. They will generally use their own version of contracts, their own lender, and their own title companies. Whose interest does it sound like they have at the forefront, not so much the buyers. So make sure you have an agent or a realtor before touring new construction homes to protect your best interests, not the construction companies. Once you're in the property touring homes, here are a few tips that you should be looking for. Does the floor plan flow? Is there room to grow in this particular home? Is there storage space? Does the neighborhood show well and to your liking? And was it priced by a pro listing agent? Once you've toured home and you've chosen your dream home that you want to submit an offer on, in this market, multiple offers are still a very real thing, depending on what area you're looking in. Be prepared to write multiple offers and to submit the offers quickly after you tour the home. Offer a slightly higher option fee to the seller. Offer to close quickly. Get a fully qualified approval from your lender. Your agent, your realtor, needs to follow the specific instructions given by the seller and their listing agent and build rapport when submitting the offer as well. Master due diligence. Recognize the difference between wear and tear and material defects. We're going to be looking for issues with the 5 main problems that occur when owning a home: roof, AC, plumbing, electrical, or foundation. Depending on how you negotiated your offer, ask for credits for material issues that came up during your actual inspection. Please hire a home inspector. Do not submit offers that say you will bypass your inspection. Hire a home inspector who offers warranties on their inspections in case anything happens on the property after you closed. Here are some of the inspection details. Short due diligence. 3-day inspection period. Buyer will not ask for any repairs or repair requests not exceeding $500. These are just a few of the inspection details that you can include in your offer or your counter offer after you receive your inspection. After your inspection, the home will have to be appraised when you are getting a loan. Let's say that you submitted an offer for $500,000. There are 3 things that can happen when your appraisal comes back. Same as your offer, lower than your offer, or it can appraise higher than what you offer. So in this example, you offer $500K. If it appraises for $520,000, then you instantly have $20K equity in that home that you're purchasing. If it appraises exactly for $500,000 as you offered, then of course you proceed ahead with the transaction as well as you would with the $520,000 appraisal. Now here's where things get tricky when appraisals come in low. Let's say the appraisal comes in at $490,000. The bank will only finance what the property has appraised for. Any amount above the appraised value will have to be paid by the buyer. So in this instance, when this home priced for $490,000 and you offered $500,000, there's a $10,000 difference that will have to come out of pocket from you, the buyer. Or you can renegotiate. This is the ideal situation where the seller agrees to come down to the appraised value. This is typically most common. So you initially offer $500,000, you and the seller agree to come down to $490,000. That's the new sale price. You can outright cancel the contract without risk to your earnest money deposit. This isn't ideal because you will have wasted time and money, and your option fee, which is normally about $200 to $400, is non-refundable. Or you could pay above. If you love a house, this is something to consider if you have the cash on hand, in addition to your down payment and closing costs. It's an additional $10K. Getting the clear to close. Once the lender and title both give the clear to close, things start to move quickly again. We'll do a walkthrough of the property either the morning of or the evening before your actual closing date to confirm that the property is still in the same condition that it was during the inspection. and the appraisal. You will then wire or electronically send the remaining cash to close to the title company. We'll go to the title company together to sign the closing documents. This usually takes about an hour. Please be sure to bring 2 forms of ID, and they cannot be expired. Where do buyers get stuck? I should wait 1 more year because I don't feel ready. Schedule your consultation. Waiting longer can end up costing you thousands more dollars than you will be able to save. The first step is to schedule your consultation so that at least you know exactly what you need to do to be ready to buy. I'm going to wait until the market crashes. Market indicators are showing that our market isn't headed for a crash. And as people keep moving to our area, which there are closings happening every day, prices will continue to go up, even with the interest rates that we currently have. I'm going to go with the first realtor that I can think of. Choosing the right agent. Selecting the right agent is the difference between getting the house that you want and never being able to buy. This is a business decision and not just a personal one. So choose the agent that you know for sure will have your back every step of the way. I don't know if I have enough money saved. Remove all of the might, could, and possibly by connecting with a lender now so that you don't have to wonder. They can't sell you anything anyways until you find the house that you love. I'm not sure if my credit is good enough. Work with your lender to discover your budget. Lenders use the fear of not shopping around with other lenders to get you to commit to using them. Talking to a lender to discover your financial situation will affect you by less than 5 points on your credit score and will help you to remove tons of questions on if you're ready or not to buy a home. I don't know where to start, so I'm just going to continue holding off until I feel ready. Take the first step towards your dream home. Sometimes you just have to take that first step, and you can do that by talking to an agent that you trust, and this agent will help to guide you. So our objective for this training was for you to feel confident in negotiating the best deal on a property without having to give up your child or your left arm. If we've achieved this, please give me a yes. And hopefully right now you're feeling very excited or maybe even a little anxious, but that's why I'm here. My job is to give you enough information to feel comfortable and confident in making a great decision and to worry about the rest of the details so that you don't have to. What will this do for you? Well, when you choose me to have your back, here's what you get. You'll receive the home buying blueprint. This blueprint will recap everything that you've learned here and help you keep track of every step during your purchase. You'll receive the 30-page money playbook, which is a guide that helps you work through everything you need to know and do to get your finances ready to purchase your dream home. You'll receive a vendor list that I've spent the last few years building relationships with the best vendors in everything from mortgage lenders, inspectors, and even personal organizers. When you hire the Speaks team, the first year's home warranty is provided to all of our clients. This is one less expense that you'll have to worry about at closing. The VIP agreement. This is a written agreement between us, ourselves, and our clients, outlining all of the things that I promised to you in exchange, asking you for your loyalty as a client. So what's next? Book your consultation, complete your buyer intake form, and upload your pre-approval letter from your lender if you have it. Attend your scheduled consultation. All decision makers must attend the consultation. During the consultation, we'll review your intake form, set up your MLS private property search list, and we're going to set your shopping timeline. I hope that we have achieved what we said that we would during this home buyer negotiation bootcamp. Again, my name is Tragula Speaks. I am a realtor here in Houston, Texas. I help people buy, sell, and invest in homes in the state of Texas, and I can also connect and refer you to agents nationwide and internationally. You can find tons of information on my website, tragulaspeaks.com, as well as follow my Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at tspeaks_your HTX realtor. Again, thanks so much for attending, and I'm looking forward to partnering with you on your home buying process.